Welcome, everyone, to the deep dive. There's just something about adventure riding, isn't there? That feeling of freedom, exploring.
Oh, absolutely. It's that promise, right? Heading out, not always knowing exactly where you'll end up, but knowing the bike can handle it, the thrill of it.
Exactly. And, well, that's what we're diving into today. Think of this as your shortcut to getting really clued up on the best bikes for those kinds of journeys. We're looking at Bike Nation magazine's picks for the top 5 adventure motorcycles for 2025.
Yeah, and Bike Nation's take is interesting. They're saying manufacturers are really pushing things forward this year. More tech, better performance, just more versatile machines all around.
And we didn't just stick to the magazine article. We've dug into the official stuff, too. BMW Motorrad, KTM, Ducati, Triumph, Yamaha. Their own websites.
Right, plus insights from reviews you probably know. Cycle World, Motorcyclist, MCN, ADV, Pulse, Ride Apart, places like that. We tried to get a really rounded picture.
So what we'll do is unpack what makes each of these 5 bikes special. We're talking power, how they handle off-road, comfort for the long haul, and all the cool tech features, basically finding the right partner for whatever adventure you're dreaming up.
Sounds good. Where should we start?
Okay, let's kick off with, well, the benchmark for many people, isn't it? The BMW R1300 GS. Bike Nation seems pretty convinced it's going to keep its top spot for big adventure tours in 2025.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with the GS legacy. What BMW does so well, I think, is balance. It's a big bike, no doubt, but
Yeah.
they engineer it to feel manageable, almost forgiving. Makes those huge adventures feel, more possible for more riders.
And the standard R1300 GS got that big update for 2024, right? The new engine.
Exactly. A whole new 1300cc boxer, more compact but more powerful, putting out 145 horsepower and 110 pound-feet of torque. Serious numbers.
So for the adventure version, which usually follows, we're probably looking at, what? Even bigger fuel tank. Maybe more suspension travel.
That's the expectation, yeah. More range is key for the adventure model, and longer travel suspension seems likely to really boost that off-road capability.
And it's got that new chassis, too, the Evo Telelever and Paralever. Plus all the electronic aids, like dynamic suspension adjustment, DSA, and adaptive height control. Does all that tech make it feel nimble? Or is it more about just being super stable?
It's definitely about supreme stability, but the surprising thing is how agile it still feels for its size. That chassis and the electronics, they work together to make it incredibly controlled, really adaptable. It sort of anticipates what you need.
Okay.
Plus, you get that legendary BMW comfort. It's built like a tank, and the range of accessories is just huge. It's why so many people doing serious long-distance trips choose it. It can handle highways, twisties, back roads, all in comfort.
Right. So from let's say, the all-around king, we should probably pivot to something a bit sharper, more aggressive.
Definitely. Let's talk KTM. The 1390 Super Adventure R.
Okay, so this one feels like it's aimed squarely at riders who want serious off-road performance, right? But they still need to get there on the road.
Absolutely. KTM's DNA is dirt. They just launched the 1390 Super Duke R, the naked bike, with a bigger 1350cc engine, pushing around 190 horsepower.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's, highly likely that this more powerful engine is going to find its way into the Super Adventure R. That means even more grunt than the 1290 it replaces, which was already a beast.
Okay, so Bike Nation called the current one an absolute weapon when the road ends. With more power? Does that mean it's almost daring you to find the toughest trails?
Pretty much. That's the KTM philosophy. It's built for it. You get top-level WP suspension, loads of travel, really sophisticated electronics tuned for off-road, and just a rugged design overall.
But what about that trade-off? If you do want that level of dirt capability, how does it feel on a long highway slog? Is it, less comfortable than the BMW?
Well, yeah, there's likely a trade-off there. It's probably not going to be as plush on the pavement as, say, the GS, but that's kind of the point for the KTM rider.
Right, it's a deliberate choice.
Exactly. Its focus is unapologetically off-road. If your adventure's really pushing the limits when the tarmac disappears, this is probably the tool you want. It's designed to excel there.
Okay, so from Austrian aggression, let's switch to Italian style. But still, with proper off-road chops. The Ducati Desert X. That bike really made a splash, didn't it?
It really did. Ducati jumped into the serious off-road game, and they nailed it. It's got this cool neo-retro look, but it's genuinely capable in the dirt.
And it's got that Testastretta engine, the 937cc V-twin. Gives it that Ducati character, I imagine.
Oh yeah, plenty of character. It's potent, but Ducati tuned it to be surprisingly usable off-road. It's not just a peaky race engine dropped into an adventure chassis.
And the suspension is serious kit too, right?
Yeah.
Fully adjustable KYB.
Yep, really good stuff. We're talking over 9 inches of travel at the front and almost 8.7 inches at the back. That's proper long travel suspension for handling rough terrain.
It looks the part, definitely.
Yeah.
But, when people think Ducati, sometimes they also think maintenance. How does the Desert X stack up for someone planning a big remote trip? Is that a concern?
That's a really good point, and Ducati seems to have thought about it. That suspension travel is key for confidence off-road, no doubt. But surprisingly, for Ducati, the maintenance intervals on the Desert X are actually pretty reasonable.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it seems like they deliberately addressed that potential concern. They want this bike to be seen as a genuine, long-haul adventure option, not just something stylish that can handle a gravel road. It makes it much more viable.
Interesting. Okay. Shifting down slightly in engine size, but not necessarily capability. Let's look at the middleweights. The Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro seems like a really strong contender there.
Definitely. It offers a great mix agility, enough power, good components, and the 2024 model gave some important updates we expect to see on the 2025 bike.
The power bump, right?
Exactly. The 888cc T-Plane triple engine now makes just over 106 horsepower, and that engine is really flexible, a nice broad spread of power. The T-Plane crank is interesting too, gives it sort of twin-like grunt down low, but still revs out like a triple.
Kind of the best of both worlds.
That's the idea, yeah. A unique feel.
And the Rally Pro bit means it's got the serious suspension again.
Oh, yes. Long travel Showa suspension. We're talking nearly 9.5 inches up front, over 9 inches rear. Plus, it has dedicated off-road modes in the electronics. It's properly set up for tough stuff.
So what makes it stand out in that crowded middleweight class? It needs to handle the dirt well, but people still want to tour on these things. How does it balance that?
I think it strikes that balance really well. That suspension and the torquey engine make it super capable off-road, genuinely confidence-inspiring. But Triumph also paid attention to the ergonomics and standard features, so it's actually pretty comfortable for longer distances too. It really hits a sweet spot. Agile enough, powerful enough, capable enough, but maybe not as intimidating or, frankly, expensive as the big bull bikes. It's very versatile.
Makes sense. All right, last but definitely not least,
Yeah.
a bike with a massive, almost cult following, the Yamaha Tenere 700, known for being simple, reliable, pure adventure.
That's it exactly. Pure is a good word for it. For 2025, probably not huge changes, building on the 24 updates, the new TFT display, phone connectivity, updated ABS modes.
Right.
But the core appeal, that hasn't changed. It's all about the lightweight, nimble chassis and that fantastic CP2 parallel twin engine, the 689cc motor. It's just so tractable and reliable.
So Bike Nation encourages active riding, feels natural on trails, but that simplicity. How did that feel if you're used to bikes with, say, all the rider aids that BMW or KTM have? Is less is more always true, or do you miss the tech sometimes?
That's the interesting debate with the Tenere, isn't it? It's mechanical simplicity. It's not just about being easy to fix in the middle of nowhere, though that's a big plus. It kind of forces you to rely more on your actual riding skills.
Ah, okay. Less of an electronic safety net.
Exactly. Which, for many riders, creates a more direct, more engaging connection with the bike and the trail. You feel more involved. It rewards good technique.
Right.
It's incredibly reliable, handles brilliantly off-road because it's relatively light and well-balanced. So yeah, sometimes less is more, especially if you value that raw capability and maybe enjoy the challenge of mastering the machine yourself.
So wrapping this all up, it sounds like 2025 is a great year if you're looking for an adventure bike. Lots of really diverse options.
Absolutely. You got the GS for, ultimate long-haul comfort and do-it-all ability. Then the KTM for just pure aggressive off-road focus.
The Ducati brings that Italian style, but with real dirt cred.
Right. And the Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro hits that versatile middleweight sweet spot. And then there's the Tenere 700, offering that pure, simple, reliable capability. Something for pretty much every type of adventurer.
They really do represent the peak of adventure riding right now, ready to take you wherever you want to go.
For sure. The technology, the performance, it's all pretty amazing.
So listening to all that, the question for you is, what kind of adventure are you dreaming of tackling next?